Deep in the damp undergrowth of the forest floor, a hungry toad waits quietly for its next meal. It spots a small, seemingly helpless beetle crawling through the leaf litter, snaps its long, sticky tongue out with lightning speed, and instantly swallows the insect whole. The toad expects a quick and easy meal, but within seconds, its mouth is violently flooded with a boiling, toxic chemical payload that forces it to vomit the insect back out in absolute agony. This is the Bombardier Beetle, a creature that has evolved a literal chemical combustion engine inside its own abdomen, making it the only animal on Earth capable of firing rapid-fire bursts of scalding acid directly at its attackers.
Most insects rely on basic camouflage or standard venom to survive a predator's attack, but the Bombardier beetle takes defense to an extreme level of biological engineering. It stores highly reactive, volatile chemicals inside two completely separate internal chambers, keeping them perfectly isolated from each other until the exact moment a threat appears. Inside the first and largest chamber, the beetle holds a dense mixture of hydrogen peroxide and hydroquinone, which remain completely harmless as long as they sit behind a tightly controlled one-way sphincter valve. Just inches away, a second reaction chamber holds a specialized mixture of catalytic enzymes, waiting patiently for the biological trigger to be pulled. The moment an aggressive predator gets too close, the beetle squeezes its powerful internal muscles, forcing the inert chemicals from the first storage chamber through the valve and directly into the enzyme pool. This immediately triggers a violent, explosive chemical reaction that defies the standard rules of insect biology. The reaction is so incredibly intense that it generates enough heat to bring the liquid payload to the boiling point of water in a fraction of a second, reaching 100 degrees Celsius instantly. The rapidly expanding gas builds immense pressure inside the beetle's tiny abdomen, turning its own body into a pressurized rocket engine. To prevent blowing its own anatomy apart from the sheer force of this internal explosion, the beetle possesses exceptionally thick, heavily reinforced abdominal walls that act just like the blast chamber of a modern cannon. These walls safely absorb the intense shockwave, forcing all of the explosive energy backward toward a specialized, highly flexible exhaust nozzle at the very tip of its abdomen. This allows the beetle to release the boiling toxic gas in a high-pressure stream, firing it with pinpoint, devastating accuracy at the predator's face. But it doesn't just shoot a single continuous stream. The beetle's internal valves actually open and close at lightning speed, creating a pulsating, machine-gun-like spray that fires up to 500 individual bursts per second. This rapid-fire pulsation is a genius evolutionary adaptation, giving the reaction chamber just enough time to cool down between micro-explosions, so the beetle doesn't accidentally cook its own internal organs while fighting for its life. The exhaust nozzle itself is highly articulated and capable of rotating a full 270 degrees, meaning the beetle can shoot over its own back, aim precisely between its own legs, or fire directly to the side, striking a target no matter which direction the ambush comes from. The boiling liquid is highly corrosive and deeply irritating, physically damaging the sensitive eyes and respiratory systems of attacking ants and spiders, leaving them thrashing wildly in the dirt in total distress, while the beetle calmly walks away, completely unharmed. The chemical payload is so incredibly potent and agonizing that larger predators who experience it learn their lesson instantly. Frogs, spiders, and birds will actively refuse to go near a Bombardier beetle ever again, creating a permanent psychological deterrent that protects the insect for the rest of its life. But the threat is so extreme that even predators who successfully swallow the beetle are not safe. Some toads act too quickly for the beetle to fire its weapon on the surface, trapping the insect inside their dark, acidic stomachs. Even after being completely swallowed, the beetle simply holds its breath and unleashes its boiling chemical spray from inside the predator's digestive tract, triggering a burning chemical hell from the inside out. This internal burning forces the toad to violently vomit the beetle back up, sometimes up to an hour after it was initially swallowed.
Incredibly, the beetle emerges from the stomach covered in digestive juices, but otherwise completely alive, casually walking away from a heavily traumatized predator. This brutal, uncompromising defense mechanism happens completely hidden from human eyes, proving that the most efficient hunters don't always rely on size or physical strength. Sometimes, survival means turning your own body into a highly advanced piece of chemical warfare. Which part of this chemical defense mechanism surprises you the most? The extreme boiling heat or the ability to survive inside a toad's stomach? Let me know in the comments down below. If you want to discover more of Earth's most bizarre and terrifying biological mysteries, make sure to subscribe to NatureCrest.